And some old giants here. Man. Okay. So much for the easy way. There's some stones to get over there. That'll be all right. This one's good. This one's killing me. Right there. Whew. Hurting for certain. So the day before yesterday, back in the highlands, hopping along the boulders, just what the trail is at kind of at some points. And the boulder underneath me shifted when I hopped on it. I shot off to the next one. I could feel something kind of, in my ankle, my left ankle. Didn't think too much of it. Hiked on another 5 or 6 miles after that. And made camp. It was sore and went to bed. Now you get kind of used to that. But man, the next morning it hurt. This was yesterday. Put about 17 miles in the day. Oh man, felt like 27 miles or something. The leg is all swollen up just above my ankle. Hurts like a son of a gun. I just try to stretch it out, keep it raised up. I was sleeping in my tent last night. I got 10 miles to go to get to Marion. Still can crack a smile though. It's an amazingly beautiful place to be limping along. Probably fix me up with a bag of ice and some KT tape and whatnot in town. So I'm gonna work on getting there. See what I can see along the way. Ooh, a lot of cow poop. Means a lot of cows. Oh. View of Rye Valley. Well, that's pretty. I think I'll sit here a minute and enjoy this view. That's a beautiful valley. Right, about 2 miles, so I should be about an hour or longer. I should be at a road. There's a shuttle that'll bring me into town, I think, at about 2. I got plenty of time. It's a terribly beautiful day. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping. Saw one guy coming this way. He was hustling. He's like, yeah, I think I saw a bear about a half mile back. It was kind of funny. I didn't see any bears, but I was actually eating a Cliff Bar. Getting closer. Man, it's hard not to smile. Such a beautiful day as this. All in all, it's pretty cool being out here.
Fuck boogers in my nose, bro. Alright, maybe a little bit. Alright, I think we're alright, man.
Let's get things started. who are you?
Hey, what's up, man? I'm Crabman. Awesome.
So what are you doing out here, Crabman?
Right now in this very moment, I'm chilling with a trail legend, Huck, if you don't know what I'm saying. It's a legend to me. But I'm through hiking the Appalachian Trail, man, and it's surreal. It's gnarly. A little bit about that. So like, I'm from, Queens, New York, and there is no woods besides Central Park near me, and even then it's not the wilderness, it's not the true outdoors, man. It's artificial. And I kind of fell in love with the outdoors when I dated this girl. She took me on a hike, and I seen a paint mark on a tree, and I kind of got upset, honestly. I never told this story, but I kind of got pissed off. I was like, yo, who spray painted this tree, this little white strip? And I kept seeing them. And she was laughing, and she didn't tell me. So I'm like, I'm looking at these trees 4 or 5 times. And I'm like, yo, man, this guy's a jerk. Like, and she's like, dude, that's a white blaze. And I was like, who's white blaze? Like, I'm gonna find white blaze, and I got something for him, man. You don't spray paint trees. And she's like, nah, dude, it's the Appalachian Trail. Like, goes from Georgia to Maine. And I was like, Georgia to Maine? Like, what? That blew my mind. So then I instantly started Googling, and I'm just like, what? This is a thing? And then right as I got a Google search, and I met a thru hiker. A thru hiker came with his big pack. He was huffing and puffing. And the crazy part is, man, he was actually smoking a Rollie cigarette. So he was sweating, dripping, and he was just puffing this cigarette down. And he was like, what's up? And he looked at me, he's like, can you take my trash? And I was so confused. I didn't understand that. And she was like, she's used to this. She's like, totally, blah, blah, blah. I got some water, here you go. And I was like, what kind of hobo is this? With this pack. And he explained, and he was like, yeah, dude, I walked from Georgia. We were up in Mass. So he done walked 1,400 miles during COVID, and he was dipping through, he was an outlaw, he's dipping through the Shenandoahs, and they were closing towns on him, and the dude was, he was a vigilante, but he was still true to his hike. He said it was all part of it, and he said God made no plan unknown or something like that, and he was like, every step's for a reason, and he was trucking. So that moment when I met that dude, don't even know his name, man, I was like, I want that. I want that feeling that he has. When he told me he gets to sleep everywhere, wherever he wants, he sees a spot and that's home for the night. I wanted that, man, and and I wasn't safe in the woods in that moment. I was scared to sleep alone, and I built that courage up. And now, like I said earlier, man, I'm safer in these woods than I am indoors, man. I feel so much better, and there's such a stigmatism between, you know, my people and where I live in an urban dense society in the woods, man. And we need to get rid of that, because you can't see, guys, but this view is beautiful, and that's just for everybody out there, man. And we need to just exploit that and leave no trace while we're doing that. You know, leave it better than before. So you see a wrapper, pick it up and put it in your pocket, man. Like, it takes one person to change everything, and it also takes one person to ruin it. So, you know, be the good person, man, and that's all. So, cheers here, man, and I really appreciate you. And you gave me a piece of advice and told me the trail will always be here, man. And,
it did.
And live in the moment. And that was way back, man. And that sits with me and resonates. And whenever I'm thinking miles, I sit back and I'm like, nah, man. Remember Huck told you, like, the trail's gonna be here, dog. Like, you're gonna get it done. You're getting to Katahdin. Just live now, man. And that's why I'm here drinking a beer, because I'm living now. So I appreciate this time to talk to you, man. And
thank you for having me, man. Love it. Love it. Who are you, man?
My name's Merchant.
Merchant.
Yes, sir.
I think we met way back in Deep Gap.
Low Gap,
Georgia. There's so many Low Gaps.
Because I remember right before Low Gap, you were blowing by me in the afternoon, and I was like, man, you still got so much energy. You're like, yeah, I like to take it nice, slow in the morning, work out all
that day. All right, Merchant.
Merchant, yep.
What are you doing out here, man?
In high school, I was hiking with my friends in New York. All the good trails were on the Appalachian Trail, and just one day, just hiking, you know, doing normal weekend things where you go up with a bunch of food, bottle of whiskey, whatever. A guy named Tortuga rolls into camp. You know, well, at first I didn't know he was Tortuga, just this. You know what a thru hiker looks like now, but I didn't. He just rolls in. You know, he looks a little off in the sense, like, you know, he's been living out in the woods for a couple months, in a good way. Yeah, but in a good, you know, rough enough to know that he's living life, type of thing. And he set up his camp, sat down. We had our fire. We were going. Too much food, obviously. We had an extra can of baked beans. Said, hey, you want some baked beans? And the look on his face, I still remember, it was just like extra food, and I didn't have to carry it in. Like, and at the time, I was just like, my eyes were a little like narrowed. Like, why does he love these baked beans so much? Finished them. First bite, you know, just like really enjoyed the flavor.
It's magic.
Yeah, it's magic. And then finished the can in like 10 seconds, type of thing. And got to talking to him. He explained everything about the trail. I knew I was on the Appalachian Trail for a section, but I didn't know it went from Georgia to Maine, whatever. So Tortuga is explaining, you know, through hiking. He's explaining, you know, what aqua blazing is, pink blazing, like all these different things. And I was like, oh, I can't believe this world exists, type of thing. 45 minutes later, another guy, Christmas tree, rolls in. He walks in and he hears Tortuga explaining it to us, and we're just like sitting around the fire, like enthralled by it, you know. And he walks in, and he's smiling because he sees like the new experience and the new joy associated with learning what through hiking is. And ever since there, it was on my bucket list. And
good morning, everybody. It's Huck here. I'm in a beautiful little town of Marion, Virginia. It is Saturday morning. About ready to fix me up some breakfast. I made it into town. There was a rough hike. This leg is feeling so much better now, but man, I was hurting for certain. I sprained my ankle in the highlands, hopping on those rocks, and walked on it the rest of that day. The next day it was hurting bad when I left the scales, and knew I had about 27 more miles to get into town and get some ice and stuff, and did the best I can. Made it 17 miles that day, 10 miles the next day. On this busted up leg of mine, it was just a numb little stump of hurt. But I made it in here. Pretty good time. I figured I was been here for a couple of days now, resting it up, keeping it elevated, compression, ice on it. And it's feeling pretty good now. So I'm looking forward to getting back out on the trail just as soon as I can. I will be catching up with Snacks. He took off, we came into town, I'm not sure what day it was, a couple of days back. Spent the night. He took off in the morning. He's hustling to get up to Parisburg, Virginia, and he's gonna meet his girl there, and they're gonna get a house and spend a couple of days doing trail magic for other hikers. And so he was eager to keep moving, so he's up ahead of me now. And looking forward to getting up to Parisburg myself and hopefully get some of that trail magic from him. So he's doing well. His leg is kind of recovered up now, and mine is hurting, but feeling much better now. So I guess that's about all. I haven't had much of a chance to move anywhere these last couple of days. I did get to interview some hikers. It's kind of funny because sitting in here, every afternoon the hikers come in and they fill this place up, and I've seen a lot of people that I hadn't seen in a while. I passed them a month or more ago, a lot of these people, but it's good to see them. So I'll try and throw in a few interviews perhaps. Crabman is a good guy. He was here the other night, and some other fellas last night. Probably about the same here this afternoon. But outside of that, it sucks sitting here doing nothing, just reading, listening to music. Just did some work with some of the videos. I've had some fun with that, but man, I just want to be out there hiking. That'll happen soon enough. So, Crabman, I think it was you that left this on the door when you left. Big old box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Got my jug of milk, vanilla this time, or regular. Get my little hiker's bowl here, Ziploc bag, and my sport. So I'm gonna have me some breakfast and sit here and wait a while. Hopefully, I'll have a new pair of shoes coming today from Sundance. My brother sent them. Got a hold of him when I was coming into town. I'll take a moment, I'll probably show you when I get them. Show you my old ones and then in my new ones, see what sort of differences there are in those, but that'll be kind of fun. Not as fun as hiking, but what can you do? Looking good though, look at that. Back to its original size, all the swelling is gone, and man, that makes all the difference. So when I hit the trail, I'll probably take it a little bit easy at first, just kind of test it out and see how things go. But man, I just can't wait for that to happen. So never ate a whole box of cereal before, but I am now. Good call on the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, Crabman, if that was you that left it.